Good morning, everyone. My name is Kathy Fries, and I'm the Faith and Community Liaison for Catholic Charities. That title changes daily. This is like the Carlos Navarro fan club. But Carlos is a very wise friend, and he set us boundaries on what we should address in the few minutes that we have this morning to share. My talk is more focused on why we feed the hungry. It's not on the sobering statistics like Michelle Lujan Grisham just told us about, but what motivates us to go out and feed the hungry in our community, and what does Catholic Charities do in a faith context to help with poverty? This motivation can be found in our own faith tradition. It's what Catholics have done for over 2,000 years. It's a call from the gospel and a mandate to serve and to feed others. One of my favorite scriptures readings, Matthew 25, and it simply says, whatever you do for the least, you do for me. So it's that outreach and going out in the community is what Catholic Charities does. This practice of the gospel is part of our Catholic social teachings. Teachings which include not only scripture, but writings from popes and bishops that educate and inspire. Speaking of inspiring, let's just talk for a minute of Pope Francis. Now, I have adult daughters, and I'm really happy to see the youth that are visiting with us today. And if you ever follow Pope Francis's tweet, I guarantee you'll be motivated to serve others. And so Pope Francis, he's not ambiguous in what he says when it comes to feeding hunger. And I quote, "Feed the hungry. Care for those who have nothing. Do not forget those around the world who are suffering from lack of food or drinking water. They might live in your own city or a continent away, but you are responsible for helping them." Closer to home, we have Archbishop John C. Wester. And last Friday, Archbishop Wester and Carlos were on Catholic radio talking about this hunger summit, among other things. And Archbishop Wester said, it's a call of basic human decency that we would want to share our food. It's an imperative to feed the hungry and seek justice. It's part of what we do. Putting those words into action, the Archdiocese of Santa Fe has two events coming up. The first one is this Saturday. It's called Feed the Hungry Day. And it's at Holy Family Church, which is on Atrisco. All are free to come. It's free. It's free food. It's a free message. We're going to put together some bags of outreach, so we hope that you could join us. And also on October 14th at St. Pius High School is Helping Hands event. To learn more about those, you can go to the Archdiocesan website. But for me personally, the biggest motivation to serve and feed others comes from the people who walk through the doors at Catholic Charities for assistance. Those who struggle with homelessness, who've been living on the streets or at Joy Junction or Barrett House, or maybe the refugee families that come to us from all over the world without a country, without a family, with nothing. They are hungry in so many ways. I'd like to share with you a little story of a man named Ugas. And Ugas came from the Congo. And it was my first time to pick up a refugee at the airport. I was excited and nervous. So I get to our airport, and I'm waiting for Ugas, and he doesn't come through the door. I'm like, oh no. He was flying from Dallas. Mainly because Ugas had flown. He'd never flown in his life, right? Does not speak English, of course. He flew from Congo to Egypt, Egypt to Paris, Paris to New York, New York to Miami, Miami to Dallas, Dallas to Albuquerque in 2 days. While he was there, we'd given him money for travel, but he didn't even know how to buy the food, and he was so nervous that he never ate. So when I got to the airport, he wasn't there, and not surprising, he missed his flight in Dallas and got on the next plane. Well, I thought I was going to be fired. This was my first time picking up a refugee, and I had bombed that. So we got him, and then they lost his bag, the only bag that he had with all his treasures from the Congo. But mainly when I looked in his eyes, that man was hungry. So I went to Fuddruckers, and the manager there was really nice, and he ate chicken and salad, and my gosh, he drank gallons of water. And I could just see life coming back into Ugas. And I'm happy to report that Ugas is doing very, very well. With the support of a team refugee at Catholic Charities, we've taught Ugas how to use his SNAP card, how to use coupons, where to shop, while you never do grocery shopping at Whole Foods and what a dollar store is. We taught him about double your bucks. We taught him how to get on the bus and go to faith communities that offer free food and where to get a hot meal that's free, because that's what we can do. But think about educating someone from another country and holding their hand and showing them the way of food assistance in Albuquerque. It's there, but we have to take the time to do it. Just as a side note, Ugas works at Papados. Go Papados is doing great. Many times the people who come to Catholic Charities for help are called the least, the last, and the lost.